What's going on, people, and welcome to my match recap and player ratings for Thursday's games, couple days back now, from the Europa League, Real Sociedad versus Manchester United. Didn't do it yesterday, but I did tell you guys it would be here today, and also later today as well. I will be dropping my preview for the Aston Villa game tomorrow. Later today, that video will be dropping as well, so look out for that later today. As for the recap for the Thursday night game against Sociedad, we came out 1-0 winners away from home. Fantastic result going there. It's a tough place to go and get a win, and we did that. I wasn't overly impressed with the performance. I think we got a little bit lucky at times. David De Gea kept us in the game several times, and I don't think the control of the ball, the possession, and the chances created were it was very lopsided in their favour. But at the end of the day, the scoreline is what matters, and the result is what matters, and we got the result. And I'm pleased with it. We needed more than a 2-goal margin to finish top of the group, which we didn't do. But we're still through to the next round. I'm not one of these fans that would really focuses on, we need to get less games to play, because we got to now play extra games, finishing second in the group, and you get a harder matchup for the next round. But I don't focus on that a lot like some other fans, because a lot of fans want to avoid that stuff. But at the end of the day, you have to beat the best teams to win the whole thing anyway. So at some point, you have to play decent teams and better teams, and you have to beat everyone, basically, to get to the final and win it. So if we can beat a harder team that we could possibly play in the final earlier on in the competition, then albeit if we can beat them, it's better. As for the game, as I said, they didn't have David Silva. I'm assuming he was injured. They didn't really threaten a whole lot. They did control more of the ball and more of the game, but I don't feel like they created tons of chances in terms of really threatening ones. As I said, David De Gea came up with a crucial double save at one point, and the second save from it was off his face. But if you keep him out, you keep him out, and I thought he was fantastic in this game and kept us in the game. So, yeah, a massive 3 points away from home. We're through to the next round. I don't really care about not winning the group, because we're through anyway. We have to play decent teams and hard teams at some point, so I'm not fussed about who we get next. It's going to be tough whoever it is. That's the mindset I go into it with. Football's crazy. Just because a team is better in history and on paper doesn't necessarily mean on match day that it's a harder game. So football's all over the place like that, especially nowadays. So look, we have to wait and see who we get. The draw, I think it's in a couple of weeks, so I'm looking forward to that, to see who we get. As for the player ratings, David De Gea, I'd give him a 7. As I said, didn't have a ton of saves, but he came up a few times, and that double save he did was the match winner for us. So, in my opinion, 7 for De Gea. Delot, 5. I thought he was a bit quiet. Tried to get forward, but I don't think it really worked. And defensively, I thought he was pretty solid, so I'd give him an average. Lindelof, a 6. I thought a few times he made some decent blocks and clearances, so I thought it was a good evening for him, 6. And he did get subbed in the second half, which I don't think he should have. But I thought he played well. 6 for Lindelof. Martinez, I thought average, to be honest. I don't think he was as involved as Lindelof and as effective, so I don't think he was poor, but not his best performance. I'd give him an average. Shaw, I'd give him a 6. It was better of Delot and Shaw of the wing-back positions. I thought he got forward a little bit better than Delot did, and defensively I thought he was just as good. So I'd give him a 6. Casemiro and Eriksen in the midfield, I both give an average to. I don't think that they really influenced the game a whole lot. I don't think they were poor, but as I said, I feel like Sociedad won the midfield battle. So I'd give them both an average. Bearing in mind we got the result, even though we kind of lost the midfield battle, I'd give them both an average. Bruno, I'd give him a 6. I thought he was effective. I thought he tried to be positive and going forward and being that creator. Even though he didn't play in the number 10 role, he played on the right this time. But I thought he had a decent game. 6 for Bruno. Donny van der Beek obviously got another chance, and I was disappointed with him. I used to be one for moaning about him not being in the lineup and he's not getting the opportunities. But I've come to realise that when he has been given the opportunities, he's not done nothing with it. And I thought he was very quiet. Don't think he affected the game. And I think he wasted his opportunity. 4 for Donny. And I don't think he has a future at the club, to be honest. It's just one of them ones that hasn't worked out. 4 for Donny. Garnacho obviously got his first goal for United. Delightful as well. It was a really good finish for such a young guy. I thought he took his goal really well. The goalkeeper's kind of trying to make himself big but falling over at the time he strikes it. And he buries it into the roof of the net from quite a difficult angle and under pressure. So I thought it was a brilliant composure from such a guy of his young age. And the assist from Ronaldo, like, he must be buzzing. Brilliant performance from Garnacho. Wasn't always involved in the game, but because of his goal, I have to give him credit. I think it was a better game than his last one he had, and I don't think he was poor in the last one. Much better this time for me. 6 for Garnacho. Ronaldo, I'd give him an average. Obviously, he gets the assist, but there was a chance where he could lob the keeper at one point, and he did lob him, but it ends up on the roof of the net, and I feel like he should be doing better with that chance. And I think he was just a bit wasteful again. I still think he's trying a bit hard to score at the moment because of all the criticism and the stuff going on behind the scenes and off the pitch. But I don't think he was poor. Obviously, he got the assist, and I thought he played pretty well. Just didn't get a lot of service, and a few times he did, he wasn't that clinical with it. So 5 for Ronaldo. The subs, McTominay, Fred, Maguire and Rashford. McTominay, Fred and Rashford I'd give all averages to. And Maguire, I'd give him a 4 because I think he came on. Tactically, he got told to go up top as an extra attacker for Ten Hag to try and get that second goal so we could win the group. But it just didn't work, and I think it could have, but he wasn't effective in doing that. So he couldn't carry out the manager's plans. And his pace is always a problem as well, and I think he makes needless fouls, and I just don't think it worked. So 4 for Maguire, and the other subs would get an average. Man of the match for me, I wouldn't be mad at giving it to Garnacho because he scored his first goal for the club, and he's such a young guy, and he's got a lot of talent and potential. But I'm going to give it to De Gea, because as I said, didn't have a ton to do, but that double save he did was the match winner for me on the defensive side of the game. So David De Gea would be my man of the match. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, guys, on how you thought the game went and how you thought we performed. As I said, I think it was an underwhelming performance from us, but a result we got. So hopefully we can improve on this and build on it. And I look forward to seeing who we get in the next round, as I said. Before I go, 2,000 subscribers by the 1st of December is the target. Appreciate everyone that is subscribing. Make sure the notifications are on. You're subscribed, you're sharing it to your friends. And come and mess with a real one. I'll see you on the next one.